What should you expect if you're buying a property? Well, if you're buying a property, you should expect to get what is called a seller's property disclosure from any buyer. And buyers do have the right to decline filling one of these 12-page documents out if they don't want to. However, that does not negate the fact that they do have to provide you with all the information that should be in that report. Meaning, if they have ever known of a leak, of an electrical issue, if they've ever done any upgrades, if they've ever done any repairs, if they've ever had to file claims, they have to list that. They have to tell you that. So if they don't want to do it in that report, which makes it super easy because you're just answering questions instead of trying to rack your brain and think of all the things you're supposed to disclose, they still are required to provide that for every piece of property that you purchase. They are also required to provide a general square footage disclosure. And so typically what most realtors will do, and I do this as well, is we will go to the assessor's office and see what the official square footage is at the assessor's office. The problem is that this is not always accurate. Sometimes the assessor goes off of build plans or something like that, but when they're building, the final square footage actually is a little bit more or a little bit less. And so you are still required to get that disclosure. However, if you are the buyer, it is within your rights and your responsibility to verify the square footage yourself. You're also supposed to get, which is in the seller's property disclosure, but if they don't fill it out, then they need to fill out a separate document that is the source of water disclosure, telling you where they're getting their water source from. Is it from a well? Is it from public utilities? That kind of thing, because you need to know. And again, most in-town properties that are in the city proper, it's going to be, city utilities, and so where it's coming from. But we do have pockets of areas that have wells on them, and that's where they get their water from. And so that would be good for you to know, because one, you maintain, the other, the city maintains. In addition to that, there is things called due diligence, and this is where the realtor has to specifically ask for what they want. And so most realtors put general statements in the contracts asking for any invoices of repairs, updates, warranties, surveys, plat maps, anything like that they may have on the property that can help you gather more information about the current state of the property, and what has been done or what has needed to be done to the property. So if you are a buyer, make sure that your realtor is asking for this information. Make sure that you are receiving this information. And if you are a seller, you need to start collecting this information before you even list. You should have this information ready for your buyers before you even go on the market, because you can and will be held liable for any information that you fail to disclose. So stay safe out there, protect yourself, cover your butt, disclose. Have a great day.